Greetings, YouTube. This is Yvette. Welcome to our channel where we fast. As a matter of fact, we are in the process of being on a fast right now. This is day number 2 for us. We started Sunday night. The evening and the morning were the first day. And so Monday was day number 1. Today is day number 2. We're beginning day number 3. Um, and I will tell you, this is the channel where we are walking in our calling, walking toward our calling. If you're new to the channel, it means that you want more of God, or that you want to give yourself more of Him, that you are ready to be used of Him, that you want to walk in under an open heaven, that you want to receive the blessings that He has for you. It means that you want to walk in the dominion that Jesus gave you, take dominion over the earth, that you take authority over the enemy, and you do not play games with Him. You put Him in His place. I feel like this fast, that this is it. Like, not like this is the last fast, but kind of like, remember Michael Jackson's last tour was called This Is It? I'm saying this is it. There are some things in my life I am done with, done with. And I know I told you guys about that obsession that I have with food, where I eat the wrong kinds of stuff, and I know better. I know better. That's what is so bothersome to me. Um, Two is, there's just some things I'm just tired of. Tired of walking. I'm tired of not taking care of my temple like I'm supposed to. Okay. So this is it. I'm tired. I'm done. The enemy is gone. Today I woke up and I just, all during the night, I prayed. I had a really strange dream, and um, ch- uh, I'll have to tell you about it. But anyway, I woke up just feeling the presence of the Lord. And I know it's not about emotions, but you guys, I felt so great. I just really feel like the Lord, that this is a totally different fast. Um, I'm certainly very thankful for all of you who have chosen to do the fast, for those of you who subscribe to the channel, for those of you who are seeking more, that you want to walk in your calling, and you want more from God. You want more of the blessings that God has for His kingdom citizens. I am so tired of walking and hearing people walking and living in lack. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. And so, after visiting Paul Gauchi, I think is how you pronounce his name, in his garden Back to Eden up in Washington this past Sunday. You guys, I have been in a different place. So I know what it's like to have someone bless you so to the point where you're like, Lord, thank you that they walk in their calling. Listen, this man talks so much about how God taught him about the gardening, and how he is just really reaping the benefits of really having a garden that he does very, very little work to, and it's organic. He talked about how his dogs will not eat the organic carrots from the store, but they eat his carrots. And he made this comment about organic at the store is not organic. He said that means nothing. I've heard that statement several times before, but from him, I believe it. After seeing that garden, I'm telling you, this man has so much fruit on his trees. Every branch. I've never seen a tree that had a branch and had a plum here, 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 here. It was like they were just all over the branches, just hanging. I couldn't believe it. Apples everywhere. I don't even know how them apples are all going to grow to size. Everything he had was just full of fruit. It was fruitful. And so I feel like in my life, I just want my life to be so full of fruit. My pastor is taking us through a deliverance series. Well, we just finished number 3, and he talked about us seeking out the fruits, the fruits of the spirit, or not the fruits of the spirit. I'm sorry, the gifts. Well, yeah, definitely you need the fruits of the spirit, but the gifts, to walk in all of them. Why should you pick one or two? No, all of them are for us. And so I'm like, Lord, I'm seeking you to that point. That's the type of person I want to be. I want to be fruitful to the point to where I can be a help to the kingdom. And as I was contemplating, and just in kind of prayer, and just in a space with the Lord, I want to be like Moses. I really do. How he had the compassion and the love for people to the point where even when they put him down and talked bad to him, he he prayed for them. I mean, he was the most humble person. there's a scripture that said that he laid down on his face. He got down on his face, like he prostrated before them. And I'm like, wow, that's some humility. I'm like, God, make me like him. I want to follow his example, to love to that point, to even when somebody else is attacking, that I would be willing to intercede and pray for their sins and whatnot. And I'm feeling like I'm having this love for people that I wasn't that fond of. I had a dream last night, and it was a very, very different dream. Now, I told you guys that I have sisters that are in a, um, I'm going to call it a religion because that's what it is, where they think they're the Israelites, that they're Black Israelites, and that they believe that they are God's chosen. They don't like Asian people, white people, uh, Muslim groups, but they like Native Americans, um, Mexican or Spanish descent, and Black people. That's all they accept. Well, in this dream, my sister, who has not, she does not talk to me at all. We were having a conversation, and she was saying, and she doesn't talk. When she talks to me, she cusses me out and tells me how stupid I am and blah 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 blah. And uh, it's interesting. It's interesting that she does that because I've always made good marks in school and graduated and went to college. Okay, none, and finished college, not beyond a bachelor's. I was tired by that point. But anyway, so I'm not at all foolish, stupid, dumb. None of these things that she calls me am I. I don't even receive it. But in this dream, she was saying something to me that um, the word, I can't remember the word that was in the dream, but it had something to do with the fact that I was uh her, like she depended on me, that she needed me for guidance, whatever the word was, that the meaning was that I need you for guidance. I needed you for to be strong for me, or to be my help, or I needed you for that, my support. But that wasn't the word she used. And when I woke up from the dream, I remembered everything about the dream except that one term that she used. But in this dream, she's saying to me that she said, I'm tired of my sisters. I can't hang out with my sisters. And I'm like, your sisters? Because I'm her natural sister. And in the dream, she's talking about her sisters in this religion. I said, "What? You mean is the Israelites? The what? That's what you're talking about? Your the Black Israelites you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, I can't do them anymore." And there was this in the dream that we came together, and it was something. And I never called her by this name that she calls herself. They all changed their name, and her last name is Israel. That's what my sister's last name is. And in this dream, I'm saying to her, because I didn't call her that name, and I'm asking her, why did you change your name, or something. I remember I was asking her, but however it went, when I woke up, I really believe that the Lord is going to deliver my sisters from that evilness, that he's going to open their eyes, and I'm praying for them. I'm praying for them, and I'm praying for everybody in that crazy religion and crazy places. Last night I had to pray for a young man who was so thankful to get food from me. He was so thankful, and it's like I'm just bringing out free food that God gives me, that he gives me access to, that I'm giving to you. I'm doing nothing but just bringing it out. He was so thankful and so hungry. He was hungry. And he was saying something about how, oh man, I'm so happy. Oh, I just thank God. And talking about, then he went into some story about his mom my mom is the queen of heaven. No, no, no. I made the statement before he said that. I said, well, I just want you to know that Jesus is the one bringing food to you. He's the one that has me bringing food to you. He made some statement about his mama is the queen of heaven. I was like, oh no, no, she's not. A matter of fact, he said something about Zeus, God. Zeus, first he talked about, yeah, yeah, God, Zeus. I said, no, no, no. This doesn't have nothing to do with no Zeus. Zeus is not God. No, I'm talking about God, the creator of heaven and earth, or heaven and earth, the only true God. That's what I'm talking about. And he goes, yeah, yeah, well, Zeus. I said, nah, this didn't come from no Zeus. And I made it very, very clear. And so the enemy manifested himself by having this guy just start talking crazy. Okay. So I was having a conversation with him, and he started talking about his mom is the queen of heaven. No, no, she is. She's not no queen of heaven. I'm not even receiving that. I said, look, I want to pray for you. Can I pray for you? And will you pray with me? He said, yeah. And I did the prayer for salvation for him. And he said, "Yeah, and I want to pray for you too, for Zion, for Zion, you know." And he started mixing it with some, yeah. And I was, you know, when he said he wanted to pray, I said, "Lord, cover us in your blood." I said, "Jesus, cover." This is what I'm saying out loud, and he starts talking about, yeah, and the vampire blood. And I was like, "No, no, we ain't talking about no vampires. Vampires are from the dark side. No, 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 they're good. No, they're not good. No, we're not talking about that." And so I continued to plead the blood of Jesus. And I told him, I said, "I'm going to pray for you that God would lead and guide you." And I said, "Lord," I said, "what's your name?" And his name was not James. It was James, not James. And he says, and I said, "Lord, touch his mind, God, keep him safe, Lord, give him direction and show him truth." And I just kind of prayed a prayer like that. And when I didn't close my eyes, my pastor was like, "You don't close your eyes when you're dealing with evil spirits." I did not close my eyes, kept it open because I knew that that was the enemy. But it was interesting. I had such a blessed night last night. There was another lady who, I promise you, listen to this. Last year, somebody else used to give me food, and they would pack the food, put it in containers, and I would just put it in my car, load it in my car, and go distribute it. One woman got a carton of milk that had spoiled, and for an entire year, every single time she saw me, she cussed me out. She would say very, very vile things to me. "I don't want no stuff. You gave me some Evan, blah, blah, blah milk." And I said, and I had apologized to her. I said, "I am so sorry." I said, "I don't pack my car. Somebody else gives me that stuff." And I said, "I have no idea." And I said, "I don't drink milk." I said, "I am so sorry. That was not my intention." My apology, she did not accept for a year. And every time I saw her, she cussed me out. As recent as 2 weeks ago, she had nastiness to say to me. And the last time I saw her, I said, "You're still cussing me out about that?" I said, "I've apologized so many times." I said, what I didn't know. And I saw her last night. I know what her face looks like, you guys. And I said, and she came up to the car and she was being so nice, so nice, so nice. And I said, "Aren't you the one that's been cussing me out for like a year?" And she's like, "I don't know. I don't cuss nobody out." She came and got food. The Lord touched that woman's heart. And I said, "Well, do you have a sister that lives here?" She's like, "No, I ain't got no sister. I ain't got no sister." I know this is the woman because I've seen this woman for a year. She had been on a walker and she's kind of big, but now she's walking. And I was like, "Lord, thank you. Thank you that you even sent my enemy that, I mean, she treated me so bad for a year, but I've just been finding that I've just been in favor with the Lord, even though the enemy is trying to attack and do his little nastiness. Not so, not so, because like I said, this is it. I'm not having it. I am not having it, and you don't stand for it either. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe because you're going to learn how to take authority over the enemy. You cast him out. You don't give him the time of day. Like we were doing the message this week, and our lesson text was coming from Second Corinthians, the third chapter. Excuse me, Second Corinthians, the 10th chapter, the third through sixth verse. Verse number 6 was talking about every single time, when the enemy, disobedience rises, you avenge it immediate, meaning that every single time that the enemy rises his head up, you cast him out. You don't give him no room. You don't give him no time. You don't spend time dealing with him. You cast him out. So that's where I'm at. So you're going to learn to do that, and you're going to learn how to walk in the gifts that God has for you. We can experience heaven here on earth, living in the spirit realm. You can experience the supernatural. And that's what we're talking about. I'm talking about miracles where God was doing things for the children of Israel. The same stuff, the same miracles he did for them, he will do for you. Whatever your perspective is that you need. So that's what we're doing. So subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and if you're going to join the fast, it's not too late. It's never too late. Whatever fast you want to do, just make sure that you are consecrating yourself. Now, I started out with a liquid fast where I'm just drinking liquids for right now. Eventually, I'm going to do a series of dry fasting, water fasting, but a combination. And there are people who are doing different things, okay? So if you are diabetic and you're like, "Oh, I got diabetes," or "I got this," like, look, you can eat raw, organic fruits and vegetables. That's what you can do for a fast. You can cut out the meat, the butter, the cheese. You can cut all that stuff out. Have some nuts. Look in Daniel and read what he was eating, the foods that he was eating. He those are vegetables, okay? Um, and nuts. But that's what you can do if you really want to fast, if you're very serious about it. Don't let the enemy make you think that I can't go without meat. Sure, you can. Sure, you can. I gotta have my that. No, you ain't got to have all yo that, yo this. Listen, sacrifice. You make a sacrifice. You can eat anything for food. You don't have to eat that packaged stuff, that processed stuff. Listen, after I finish, um, this fast, and I'm stoked about this garden because I was asking Mr. Paul. I said, well, when you have dinner, what do you eat? What when you say a meal, what do you eat? He said, I snack all day long. I'm out here all day and I just pick and snack. He eats like he lived in the garden. That's how he eats. I take my pastor's kids out on Tuesday, and I just had them today. And I was asking their mom, I was like, now what do they eat? Because they tend to like vegetables and fruit. And they're like, yeah, that's kind of what we do. I said, so do you cook? Do you stir fry? You do this? You no, we just have we eat a lot of raw. And I'm like, that is so beautiful that that's what their kids do. And when I have them, oh, they go gaga over fruit. We had some cucumbers, broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots today. Oh, they were eating that. They didn't want any ranch on it. They just wanted just the vegetables. That's really how we should be. And so that's what I want to return to. Okay, so I'm going to sign off, but I'm telling you, get in the fast because you're going to have a fellowship with the Lord and he is moving. He's moving. Get in on the movement, okay? And knock Satan out because he is a nothing, a nobody. Don't fear him at all. He is not scary. Let me tell you who's bigger than him and mightier than him. His name is Jesus. His name is Jesus. And all of hell, demons, Satan, devil, whatever you want to call them, they fear him and they flee. If you don't know nothing else to do, just call on Jesus over and over and over. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I'll see you guys tomorrow. You're in my prayers. Thank you so much for praying for the channel. I appreciate all the comments and blessings to you. You don't know how much you bless me. You guys say I bless you, but you bless me too. All right, you guys take care and we'll be in touch. Bye bye.